Hello, welcome to Rear Facing Toddlers. This is part 2 of my series of Britax heritage videos on old car seats. Britax have asked people to post pictures of old car seats from around the 1990s, or whatever really, on Instagram, and I just thought I would make some videos of the car seats that I have in my loft, just to bring these pictures to life a little bit more. I've managed to find some of the old car seats that I had for my children years ago on eBay, so they're not my original seats, but they are identical to the seats, or some of them, that I used to have for my children. This seat here is the Britax Elite. Now, those of you familiar with extended rear facing may have heard of the Britax two-way Elite, which is a rear facing seat from 9 to 25 kilos. This one is exactly the same shell, exactly the same seat. For some bizarre reason, they brought out the rear-facing version in Sweden, but here in England and in the rest of Europe, we only got the forward-facing version. The shell is the same. It's got all the bits in place that they could have made this seat rear-facing, but they didn't. So the cover on this one doesn't have the holes for the tether straps to go through, but apart from that, it's exactly the same. This seat was forward-facing only. My cameraman is laughing, and I don't know why.
Okay, I do now.
So as I was saying, this seat was forward facing only from 9 to 25 kilos. 9 kilos is roughly somewhere between 9 and 12 months. 25 kilos is an average 7-year-old. So this seat had a very long range, same as the two-way Elite that goes rear facing from those weights, up to 25 kilos. But this one, forward facing, 9 to 25 kilos. So I'm just going to quickly talk you through what this seat can do and then show you how to install it in the car. I actually took this car seat to a friend's house a couple of days ago, and I've taken some pictures of his 9-month-old daughter in this very car seat. Obviously I would never drive anywhere with a 9-month-old baby forward facing, but I just thought it was nice to have some pictures. I've got one of my daughter, which I will also stick on here somewhere, but then I will also just here and there post or put a little picture in between the videos of my friend's baby in this car seat. So unfortunately, I don't own a Britax two-way Elite, otherwise I would have placed them side by side in the car just to show you that this one is exactly the same. But this is the Britax Maxway Plus, and that also goes from 9 to 25 kilos, and this is a current up-to-date seat. And this one is rear-facing only, and this one is forward-facing only. And one of the things I just wanted to point out, which nobody else may have ever noticed, but I always did, and it always slightly annoyed me, is the difference in harness. So all car seats nowadays, without any exception, have the waist strap go in from the back of the buckle, and then the chest strap comes out of the front of the buckle. So it looks like this. It comes in from behind and up to the front. If you look at this one, and all car seats were like this sort of 25, 30 years ago, the straps go in from the front and then up from behind. And I like that much better. I always think having them this way round sort of angles the buckle down slightly, and that can make the top of the buckle dig into some babies' tummies, especially if they're a little bit chubby. Having it this way round, the straps coming up from behind sort of tilt the buckle a bit more upright, which I think is much better. I never understood why they changed it, but they did, and that's what we're stuck with now. But yeah, so this car seat would have come out roughly 30 years ago, 26. My daughter who used it is now 26. So yeah, 27 maybe years ago. And all buckles were like this. And now they're all like that. And I don't know why. This car seat doesn't have a built-in headrest, so therefore the harness adjustment isn't an easy adjustment where the headrest slides up and down. You have to re-thread the straps into one of these 3 slots. They're already in the lower slots. I'm just going to leave them there because my demo baby is small enough to fit the lower slots. What else can I say about this car seat? It actually had a recline feature. So there is a bit underneath here that when you folded it out, the seat reclined a bit more, and when you tuck it underneath, the seat is more upright. So when I install it in the car in a minute, I will make it reclined, because although the baby is only a doll, it is a smaller baby, so I think a bit more recline would be more comfortable for him. So this is the seat now placed in the car in its most upright position, but as I just said, I'm going to fold this flap out to make it more reclined for a smaller baby. This car seat has what is known as a snake belt path, and that means the belt goes in, round the back, and wiggles over the side and into the buckle. So the easiest way to get the belt through is to actually turn it towards the door Then pull out quite a bit of belt length and pass the belt buckle through this hole here. Then grab it from behind and pass it back through to the front through this hole and pull it through. Then turn the seat forward and then buckle it in. And then you need to pull the belt tight just by leaning into the seat, pulling this really, and always put your weight on the seat, give it a bit of a wiggle, and then hold that tension, pull the diagonal belt through, and the diagonal belt just sits up here. This car seat doesn't have any locking clips. It doesn't lock the seatbelt into place in any way. It just relies on that snake path where the belt wiggles up and down so many times and is 2 layers of belt that then don't really loosen. They may do from time to time, so you would have had to check and tighten it, but it didn't have a locking clip. Now, before I can put the baby in, I just need to loosen and undo the harness. So my hand behind here, press this button, lengthen the straps, press the buckle button, and just open the harness. And now I'm ready to put the baby in. So he goes forward facing, which seems very scary for a baby this small, even if he isn't real. Put his arms through the straps. So it's got chest pads on the straps. The buckle pad is missing on this one because it's so old. It would have had a buckle pad originally, but it's no longer here. So you put the 2 parts of the buckle together, click them in, pull the straps up through the buckle from behind, and then pull this strap to tighten it all up. And there he is, the baby in the Britax Elite. I nearly said 2A Elite then, I'm so used to it. The Britax Elite. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and I'll see you soon.